walk out.
Steve Grissom wins the opening race, the Daytona Goodies 300 in the Busch Grand National Series, that beautiful purple and yellow WCW car. And now the debut here, Brain, of a man they call Hard Work. Bobby Walker, a young man who certainly has made a name for himself. And our fans have been seen on occasion on many of our different programs. Some information about the WCW power plant, how to become a pro wrestler, how to train and maybe one day be a superstar. And Bobby Walker, one of the young men who was developed through the power plant, and it's his debut match here on Worldwide.
I stopped by the power plant about two and a half weeks ago. Just wanted, I'm not going to get back into management, but I like to look at the talent in this sport. Took a look in there. There had to be 100 guys in there working out. I mean, big guys.
Wow.
I mean, thick guys, muscular guys. I mean, there's going to be some great talent come out of there.
A one count that time. Bobby Walker showing a lot of agility in the opening moments of this one. Good-looking young man, and he has, well, he's dumped on the outside by a veteran in Sergeant Buddy Lee. Well, he's one of the toughest. Member of the State Patrol.
It's like him to pull you over at night with a tail light out.
Forget it. Walks the rope and a double axe handle, and Bobby Walker hit hard on the outside. And there's a warning from Nick Patrick on the inside, but forearm shot. Bobby Walker's getting quite an opening bout in his debut in Worldwide.
Well, this man's a veteran. I'm not talking about Bobby Walker. I'm talking right there about Buddy Lee Parker.
1, 2, got a 2 count on lateral press, but the youngster kicks out.
And Mr. Hardwork here is getting, he's getting a lesson.
It's a fist to the jaw and a backhanded chop. Walker reels into a corner. Oh my goodness, look at the power of Sergeant Buddy Lee. Drives him to the turnbuckle.
I've never seen that before. That's not real smart. Carry a man all the way across the ring to put him in the corner. That you could probably do with half that energy and really hurt him good.
Drives a knee into the sternum and covers again, this time a 2 count.
But it works for him.
So far what we've seen from Bobby Walker is quickness, determination, because he has not given up. He continues to kick out, some perseverance here.
Come on, squeeze him.
Fans are getting behind Hard Work here.
Got to keep him on that mat, keep him grounded.
The youngster trying to get to his feet, but I tell you, a powerful man looming over him right there. Here he comes, though. Don't count Hard Work out. He is up. He's got his vertical base. Maybe, yes, slipped an elbow in. Right on target, make it 2. He cuts loose, and the knee driven into the midsection again.
See, that's what I'm saying. He's in there with a veteran. When this match is over, Mr. Walker will go back to the dressing room. If he wins it, he'll really be proud of himself. He'll really be happy. If he loses it, he'll go back there and sit down and think, what did I do wrong? And that's the only way you're going to learn.
Sergeant Buddy Lee.
You learn more losing sometimes than you do winning. Did you know that?
Yes, I know that. I've been told that by many of the greats.
That's why Gene Okerlund's such a smart guy. He's a natural-born loser.
And up and got him. Couldn't get him up. No, sir. That time he did. Two count. Boy, Bobby Walker, he has to call him all his reserves on this one because Sergeant Buddy Lee is really, Buddy Lee hit hard. Bobby Walker picks him up. Big offensive move and a belly to back that time.
That took a lot out of Bobby Walker, though. He still had enough energy, enough strength to pick the Sergeant up and dump him backwards, but that took, I think, all of it out of him. Sergeant's on his feet first.
Yeah, the Sergeant, the first man up. This is trouble for Bobby Walker. Oh, Bobby saw an opening. He went for it. Make it 2 of them. Bobby Walker, right hand. Again, down goes Buddy Lee. And a second win for the youngster now.
You know, you're right about that. Sometimes you're in there and you don't know how you're going to get up to your feet. You don't think you're ever going to reach down and have the energy. And then there it is, right in front of you. His eyes, his ears, his apple. You know, his throat. You can squeeze whatever you want and get yourself out of a predicament. It happens.
Back body drop. Hard Work with a big offensive show. The first one he's had in this match, and it's looking darn good. Picks him up, maybe vertical suplex. Yes, nicely executed. Walker springs to his feet.
Oh, yeah, he has switched tanks.
Look at this. Look at the agility.
Like a cat.
leaped up to
Look
the
at
top.
that! Go up to the fourth one.
Hard work, Bobby Walker walking the ropes. Oh, yeah! How about that move?
I've never seen that done before.
1, 2, 3, what a debut!
I want to see more of this. He just jumped from the second rope to the top rope backwards.
Walked the top rope, got a spring on the apron.
Now it's time. Now we're finna get busy, baby. Hard work time.
You talking to the rope?
I don't know.
I'm surprised he pulled this one out. I mean, because he took a heck of a beating. Look at this. He's on that top rope, balancing himself. It's a flying will end it. But look at this. I thought he was going to fall to the floor, but he's smart enough. That's the move that suckered Parker in. That was a great move. A great move. I wonder if this man needs a guy to handle his money.
Forget it. The winner, hard work Bobby Walker, opening debut win still to come. Diamond Dallas, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Great win for Bobby Walker as we go to Mean Gene Okerlund. And we go to the ring now in the opening bout here on WCW Worldwide Wrestling as hard work Bobby Walker and Teddy Long make their way in here.
All their work, baby. Finna get busy, baby.
A determined young man right there.
Well, I didn't do nothing. Big deal. I put my water there and it spilled on you. Big deal.
You always do something dumb, and you're the brain. I can't believe it. Fans, good to have you with us on this Uncensored weekend. The unfortunate thing about Uncensored is, well, let me tell you the fortunate thing about it. The fortunate thing about it is, as you look at Jerry Flynn, great kickboxer, who's the opponent of hard work Bobby Walker, the great thing about Uncensored is that because it is so spectacular, that you're going to see things in this pay-per-view this Sunday that you never before would see on a wrestling pay-per-view telecast.
You may see some things you don't want to see.
We've had that a lot. In addition, the unfortunate thing is that you're uncensored brain as well, so you can say anything at all. And we got to put up with you another weekend.
You mean I can tell you can take a flying leap off the building?
Yeah, would you stop it? You wait till this Sunday to do that.
Oh, boy.
Jerry Flynn and hard work Bobby Walker. Bobby Walker, here's a young man out of the power plant, owned his skills, developing his skills to the power plant, and really has come a long way, Brian.
Well, I'll tell you the main thing behind this man is that man right there, Teddy Long, standing behind Jerry Flynn. That man there has probably set this Bobby Walker down, explaining what it's like in this business. Because Teddy Long's refereed, he's managed, he's won Manager of the Year. He knows the sport inside and out. And I think he installs some confidence in this Bobby Walker. Of course, he's ripping him off for over 70% too.
Yeah, boy. That may have been your rip-off number, but it's not Teddy's.
70%? Are you kidding? I never got that much.
A scoop slam, and down he goes Jerry Flynn.
Look at the agility here.
Up on top, Bobby Walker walking the rope.
Oh!
Cross body, cover 1, 2, down to 2 count. Fans also want to let you know that you probably heard the stories are true. If you did not see Nitro a few weeks back, you know that Eric Bischoff has been suspended. We talked about it at the top of the program. In addition, we are going to show you that footage from Nitro. It was an historic night in our sport where Eric Bischoff basically was suspended from his duties as the boss of World Championship Wrestling and of the NWO. I guess.
Whoa! See, that can happen. Those high-risk moves can happen. Sometimes your feet just don't get right on that top rope. It could be wet on the bottom. The rope could be wet, or you could just be clumsy. I think the latter's what we're going for here.
I think he tried to land on his feet, but he couldn't find the landing part.
Well, Teddy Long's got to tell him, when you land on your feet, they both have to touch at the same time. It makes you land a lot better.
Well, most people know that.
Well, that's why he's with Teddy Long.
Oh, there's Jerry Flynn with a running lariat from the near side ropes. He's going to make a cover.
You notice all the different styles there are here at WCW? We got kickboxers, we have wrestlers, we have a man like Dean Malenko with 1,000 holds, we have Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, then you got the guys like the Faces of Fear. I mean, it's different. It's very hard to compete here now.
Then you have the mysterious man, of course, Glacier will wrestle or compete, I guess, in a martial arts match against his new man, Mortis.
He's one of the scariest individuals I've ever seen in my life.
That's his last name, Mortis?
And he's first, I guess. One name.
First name is Regal.
That could be. Bobby Walker!
Well, there's an easier way to get in the ring and not as dangerous. He'll learn, though.
Right hand, side of the head, Flynn to the near side, to the midsection. Hooks it. Belly to belly.
Doesn't go for the pin, though, Teddy. Get him ready.
Could be a mistake, you're right. Walker takes flight, down goes Flynn. 1, 2, 3.
You heard Teddy Long yell, get down there. The man is getting better all the time, but he needs that little help, that little boost from Teddy Long. He needs that concentration you have to have.
You are seeing a young man with determination. And that's right, Teddy, in 1997, he's going to be hot.
And you also see a man that draws on himself.
Now that's a tattoo, he doesn't do that himself, for crying out loud. WCW forever and more on Worldwide from Universal after this. Teddy Long still to come here on Worldwide Wrestling. An explanation by Bobby the Brain Heenan why he became the turncoat, he became the groveler, he became the weasel that we all know that he really is.
When would you like me to present my case? I will do that anytime you like, Judge Ito.
A little bit later on, if you will, Brain.
Thank you.
We're going to get into some great tag team action and feast our eyes upon a great tag team and Steve Regal and Dave Taylor. You know, we saw earlier in this telecast Harlem Heat. Now take a look at the tag team scene in pro wrestling, if you will, headed by the real world tag team champions, the Steiner brothers. It was a year ago at Sold Out. The Steiners won the tag team belts, and they had them stripped away by Eric Bischoff, at that time in charge of WCW. Now, a year later, the Outsiders have these bogus tag team belts, claiming they are the world tag team champions, but the Steiners are the real champs. And the Steiners realize the competition is out there. We saw Harlem Heat, and now we see Dave Taylor and Steve Regal, as well as hard work Bobby Walker and Jim Powers. Great tag team competition in the tag team ranks in WCW.
You know, when I managed tag teams, I remember over the years that there was always maybe 2 or 3 tag teams that were dominant in the sport. And if you were a champion, you tried to avoid them, and if you were trying to get the titles, you'd go after them. And there were teams like Bruiser and Crusher and big, tough teams like that. But nowadays, there are so many different combinations. There are so many different tag teams that, like, on any given night, any given time of the week, you can be beaten. And it's a lot more competitive than it ever was.
Teddy Long here seemed as if he wanted to get kind of physical there with Steve Regal. Look at this, they're having problems here.
That's the last thing Teddy Long wants to do, is get physical with Regal.
I don't think I would agree with that, Brad. I don't think he wants any part of Steve Regal here.
But he still has a temper. Maybe he says somebody's shiny head. That might make him mad.
Well, just leave Teddy alone, okay?
You're calling me weasel and names, and I just said shiny head. Something the man does own, a shiny head.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're part of the NWO, so you say and do what you want to do. I'm sorry. Pardon what? In the corner, hard work Bobby Walker. Rat-a-tat-tat on the back of Regal, and there's an uppercut. Then down goes Steve Regal. Now outside, watch out, Teddy Long. Oh, how about that? How about that? Hurt his hand, too. But why not take the shot?
Boy, he ran back and took a good one.
I mean, back when you managed, you took shots, cheap shots at guys, too, so you can identify with that.
Never did that.
You never hit anyone?
Oh, I kicked him. I never hit him.
Kicked him.
No, it's easier to kick a man than hit a man. It's easier on your hands.
Not easier on your foot, though.
It's easier on your foot if you punch a guy. There's different ways you have to evaluate life.
Why do I get into these things with you?
Your hair won't hurt if you don't pull it.
Yeah, okay.
Simple.
I understand. Over the top. Dave Taylor, good block by the power man, Jim Powers. Great reversal of the hip toss. And Dave Taylor into the corner. Steve Regal back in. Drop toe hold by Jim Powers. Into a full arm dragon twist.
You know, I noticed something lately about this team of Powers and Walker. Teddy Long has new energy in him. Look at this. Usually they tag. They weren't really lackadaisical, but they made regular tags. Look at the energy level here now.
Left hand fans, I know you joined us for Starrcade this past week. And we want to let you know that we'll be talking a lot more about the implications of what happened in that big event, Starrcade, that set all records in pro wrestling. Next week on this program, be sure to tune in. We'll have more on the event, talk about what happened, what transpired with Sting and Hogan, with Bischoff and Larry Zbyszko.
Well, there's a gag order on so many things you just can't talk about right now.
That'll be coming up next week on Worldwide Wrestling. Stay with us. Uppercut. Bobby Walker back to the corner.
He's got to get out of that corner. Not going to do any good staying in that corner.
Walker trying to get out. Regal trying to block him. Desperation tag, and Jim Powers in. Up and down.
That didn't last long.
Regal's got the ropes, and Charles Robinson and Teddy Long are into it. And Robinson just showed. Oh! Taylor rolled up Powers 1, 2, and he almost beat him. And now we've got all four men going out.
I think the referee's lost a little bit of control here.
This thing is broken bad.
Who's the legal man?
Well, I believe you're looking at him right there. Powers and Taylor. Powers in. Tried to monkey flip him out, and Regal held his man. Powers hit the back of his head hard. Double underhook. The Taylor flex.
Just about no way out of that.
No, good double underhook. Butterfly suplex. And then uses all of his weight to pin the shoulders, and that's all.
And a great win for our friends from across the ocean.
You're friends with Taylor and Regal?
Oh, yes.
Of course you are. You're friends with Eric Bischoff.
Friends with you.
You're friends. Don't use me and Eric Bischoff in the same sentence, okay?
Okay, I'm friends with you. Oh, boy.
All right, here we go again.
Dave Taylor takes Bobby Walker over. Underhook here. Cradles up on top. He's not going anywhere. The 1, 2, 3. Your winners, our friends from across the pond. Regal and Taylor.
Back on Worldwide Wrestling as Super Brawl 8 is on the horizon. Brain, can you believe it? We're only 1 week out now. Next Sunday is the big event from the Cow Palace in San Francisco that our fans can see on DirecTV with Direct Ticket, cable TV with pay-per-view, satellite dish under Turner Premiere available on the Dish Network. Bobby Eaton and Bobby Walker make their way out, but for Hogan and Sting to battle, neither man the world champion right now. One man will walk away the world champion. So much focus, so much attention on this most important match in our sport.
You know, in most title matches, only one man has to win, and that's the champion. He doesn't have to beat the other guy to win anything. But in this one, there will be a winner, and one man will be crowned WCW World Heavyweight Champion.
And I wonder, we saw the footage moments ago from Nitro, the problems that exist with Hogan and Savage, the problems that exist within the NWO. I wonder if there's going to be a little Savage payback coming up at Super Brawl when Hogan meets Sting. Savage is a loose cannon. He's part of the NWO, but they obviously are falling apart, breaking apart before our very eyes.
And that all happened when Hogan lost the title originally to Sting, and Bret Hart showing up here at WCW. Since that time, Hogan and the NWO, they've lost it.
The way you can see Super Brawl is by making that all-important telephone call and ordering this event. The event is available on DirecTV with Direct Ticket, available on pay-per-view.
satellite dish owner Turner Premier, or, of course, the Dish Network. Hogan and Sting, the tip of the iceberg. Also, Luger and the Macho Man Randy Savage, no disqualification. Diamond Dallas Page will go up against Chris Benoit for the U.S. Heavyweight title. And we'll also see Scott Steiner and Buff Bagwell all coming up at Super Bowl 8 next Sunday.
You know, if you ask me to pick a winner, I'm going to have to go with Bob Eaton and hard work Bobby Walker. Look at this move. You know why? Because of the experience and the knowledge Bobby Eaton has in tag team wrestling.
Look at Bobby Walker walking the ropes. Snap married him over that time. Walker.
Very agile man to walk that top rope.
Yes, he was. Back to the corner. Whips him in. Bob Eaton, like you said, a plethora of tag team experience. And it took him a little while to agree to team with Bobby Walker, but they've agreed, and they're looking pretty darn good as a tag team.
Well, Teddy Long put them together. You know, Teddy Long is a very respected manager in this sport. He won a lot of awards from the governor of Georgia and the mayor of Atlanta and different cities, and he's put this team together, and he's convinced Bobby Eaton here to give a hand to Bobby Walker.
Snapmare over by Jerry Flynn. He drives the knee down to Bobby. Well, the NWO continues to move towards Super Brawl, continues to have their problem. There's another problem, I would think, within the NWO, although they would ignore it, is the fact that Kevin Nash continues to powerbomb people with his jackknife powerbomb, continues to get fined at $50,000 a crack, maybe $150 a crack, depending on how severe it is, I guess, and that doesn't seem to bother anybody. That doesn't seem to bother Kevin Nash at all.
Well, that's because Hogan's paying him. We're talking about these Hollywood money that's floating around here, and he said, I'm with Hogan. He'll pay any fine I get. Well, Hogan is no dummy, as we know. He's a lowlight, but he's no dummy. And he didn't become as famous as he is and as rich as he is by being stupid. And he's not going to keep shelling out 50 grand at a crack because he's got some 7-foot-tall loose cannon that doesn't care about spending his money. That'll come to a halt someday. You can bet on that.
I look Bobby Walker with a drop kick, and on the outside goes Mark Starr. Jerry Flynn still in there, and hard work now. Hooks him up. Oh, Jerry Flynn sent him down. Got a 2 count.
You know, you talk about world-famous venues all over the world, like the Omni in Atlanta, like the Coliseum in Charlotte. And I'll tell you something, all these new buildings, MCI Arena, beautiful facility. But it seems ironic that the Cow Palace should be the home of this one. Hogan, Sting, one man will walk away heavyweight champion of the world, and it'll be from the historic Cow Palace of San Francisco.
The Alabama Jam, that big leg drop from the chop, and Bobby Eaton and hard work Bobby Walker get the win on WCW Worldwide Wrestling. Some Bobby Eaton fans out there. Hard work Bobby Walker appreciating this team.
Some Montel. Oh, that's Teddy Long.
That's Teddy Long. You know that.
I couldn't tell with the glasses. You know, when Clark Kent wears those glasses, I can't tell the difference between him and Superman. Can you?
Shut up. Do the replay.
Bobby Eaton here snatches Jerry Flynn and a swinging neck breaker. The Alabama Jam off the top rope. And your winner, a masterful Bobby Eaton.
When we come back, Marty Jannetty makes his worldwide debut and much more as we head to Super Bowl 8 next Sunday.
Then is it Jerry Springer?
Thanks a lot, guys. Scott Hudson Mike today here on Worldwide. Exclusive worldwide action coming your way. Going to take a look at a veteran and a newcomer as El Dandy makes his way to the ring, a many-time world heavyweight champion in the Lucha Libre in many various weight classifications.
And Scott, you make a good point, because in terms of experience, this really is a contract. El Dandy comes to the United States in World Championship Wrestling after well over a decade of amassing almost every championship belt that you can think of south of the border. Now, his success here in the States with WCW hasn't been quite on the level as what it was in Mexico. but nonetheless, every matchup as far as the championship committee is important, and this one specifically to these two men. El Dandy looking for a win, and this is the returning hard work Bobby Walker. It's been probably a year since we've seen him in World Championship Wrestling action, so you know that Bobby Walker wants to have an impact in his return match.
Well, he looks to be easily in the best shape of his career. Wow, great to see Bobby Walker back in WCW ring.
Of course, Bobby Walker, the last time that we watched him in action, was known for his ability and his agility. Because not only can he fly off the top rope with the best of them, but he also has that amazing balance, the way he's able to walk the top ropes.
Walks the ropes just like Al Jardine.
Who?
Al Jardine?
No. Don Jardine.
Don Jardine.
You're thinking of the Spoiler, the masked wrestler from the 1970s and
Exactly.
80s
Yes.
that was known for his proficiency at walking the top ropes.
Who is Al Jardine? He's a beach boy. Oh, well, he can walk the rope too, I think. Head scissors by Dandy. Walker. You know, take a look at the athlete that Bobby Walker is. They say, and I've verified this, I've been down in the power plant, not counting that one time I washed out after 20 minutes, just watching some of the youngsters training at the power plant. Bobby Walker, inside the rings at the power plant, is as an amazing athlete to watch. You talked about walking the ropes. Tremendous agility off the top rope, off the apron, just standing flat-footed on the canvas, shows amazing springing ability out of those legs. And look at the tree trunk thighs on Bobby Walker. He's going to go place.
I wonder if Bobby Walker has done any pre-match scouting of El Dandy. Because if he has, he'll realize that he needs to stay away from that very lethal right hand.
Oh, yeah.
You and I have talked through the years about wrestlers with that power in their fists, and some of the names that come to mind right off the top of my head would be a Bobby Eaton for one. But El Dandy has to be classified right up there as having among the most vicious and lethal right hands in our sport.
Side headlock now by El Dandy. I don't think you're going to want to get into a power contest with Bobby Walker. Step over one more time from Dandy. Walker waits on him. High leapfrog. And look at this hip toss by Walker. And the other thing about Walker, Mike, when you throw him inside that gymnasium, there is not a weight he can't push up. That is one strong athlete right there. Bench pressing well in excess of 500 pounds, believe it or not.
No question that he has the strength and power advantage here in this matchup against Dandy. You would think that Dandy would want to outquick him, although by the same token, that's playing fire with fire, because not only can Bobby Walker beat you with power and strength moves, he can also fly.
Dandy cautiously back into the ring, and I don't blame him. Oh, Walker cut him off one of the guts. Stands him right up with the forearm to the jaw. Sets Dandy, shoots him across into the ropes. Walker telegraphed it and paid for it. Kick right into the chest.
The mistake of youth right there. The inexperience of Bobby Walker showing as he telegraphed the move. And let's see if Dandy can take advantage of that miscue.
Reversal, Dandy into the corner. Walker caught the boot into the chest. But look at Dandy. Oh! He ran into a power slam from hard work Bobby Walker. And I mean, Walker's losing control here, throttling Dandy. Look at the agility all the way up. Top rope clothesline on Dandy. That may do it. Lateral press. Hooks the leg. He got it.
Oh, much rougher edge. More of an attitude from hard work Bobby Walker than I recall. As we saw, once he had the advantage, he immediately went to the choke on El Dandy. And that seemed to put him in the driver's seat. And from there, up to the top, springing off the ropes, and it results in a victory.
An impressive win for an impressive athlete back in WCW. I tell you what, let's go back and take another look at this one. Action we saw earlier, Mike.
Well, the return of hard work Bobby Walker as he sends El Dandy into the corner. Walked right into the boot, but look at the athletic ability. Quickly to his feet and snaps off a power slam. He drove Dandy to the canvas and then up to the top rope where he hit a lethal lariat. Followed that up with a pin and gained the win here on Worldwide. Bobby Walker's back and he's got a victory.
Hard work indeed. Bobby Walker coming out on top here on Worldwide. Don't go anywhere. More exclusive Worldwide action when we return.
Tony, I think you're having as much problem with Bobby the Brain Heenan as I am with Mike Tenay, only Mike Tenay's not here. Scott Hudson here on Worldwide, but my partner Mike Tenay nowhere to be found. I'm getting a little bit worried. I don't know if Heenan send him out on some wild goose chase for another mug, or if he's trying to get Mike to give him some inside skinny on how to get around this building. I don't know what the deal is. Somehow Mike today has gotten himself lost. We'll try to make a go of this. Brad, go put the bagel down and go find today. I have no idea where. If I knew, would I ask you? Come on. Boy, it's hard to get good help here on Worldwide. I don't mind telling you. Mike today, we're going to round him up. Meanwhile, hard work, Bobby Walker making his way to the ring, and he's got a stump to face in bad Barry Horowitz, a veteran. Been around this sport for 15 years, has Horowitz, and hard work, Bobby Walker.
A lot of that, there's a whole lot of hard work.
Should be an interesting contest, a veteran and a youngster. Walker with incredible strength, terrific agility, and underrated ring performance, but Horowitz can take him to school. Referee Mark Johnson aside here, quick go down, single leg attempt by Bobby Walker, no go. Horowitz, you're not going to sneak up on a veteran like that.
Shut up!
What do you mean you can't get in the dressing room? Just here, take my ID. Seriously, take my ID, get back there and find today. Come on, there's not enough lemons in the world to keep my throat going if he's not here. All right. Drop toe hold from Horowitz. Side headlock float over on Robbie Walker. No. Escape into a hammerlock. Hard work, Robbie Walker. And control here. We're just a couple of weeks away from Super Brawl 2000. WCW charging across the Golden Gate Bridge into the Bay Area and the Cow Palace in San Francisco. What a lineup we have in store for you on the February pay-per-view tradition of Super Brawl 2000 from Frisco and the Cow Palace. Go behind waistlock by Barry Horowitz. Hard work, Bobby Walker. Escape. Armbar, head scissors, kip up. Escape by Horowitz, and Horowitz quickly into the corner. He's what? Catering at this hour? Well, give me a copy of his contract. How in the world does he get out of VOs? You're serious? All right. We're going to work on Mike today. Meanwhile, Horowitz and Bobby Walker continue to do battle here on Worldwide. Collar and elbow tie-up, side headlock by Walker. Horowitz going to end up with cauliflowered ears out of this one, no question about it. Escape into a top wrist lock now by Bad Barry Horowitz. Oh, Horowitz pulling the hair of Bobby Walker after claiming Walker had pulled his. That's the oldest trick in the book. Much like claiming you're stuck in catering, took it out of a broadcast. Oh, but enough about Mike today. Knee to the gut. Walker clubbing forearms to the back. Oh, and a right hand. Rock Bad Barry Horowitz. Into the ropes, Horowitz up top. Escape, go behind. Forearm blow to the lower back. Reverse front face on Bobby Walker. Drops him into a backbreaker. And slams into the canvas. Ooh! The old double stomp right in the midsection. The windbreaker, we call that. High knee lift. Down goes Walker. Horowitz. His experience showing here. Northern Light suplex attempt. Perfect bridge. And Walker escapes it too. While Bobby Heenan continues his tirade in the studio, I can't begin to tell you what it sounds like over the headsets hearing Heenan backstage here at Worldwide. More about that later on. Meanwhile, Scott Hudson here going solo without Mike today. Back elbow from hard work Bobby Walker. Rocking Bad Barry Horowitz. Sets him up, shoots him across. Oh, what a back elbow. Down goes Horowitz. Hard work, showing a lot of hard work here. And Horowitz, the veteran, begging off the youngster. Forearm blow to the shoulder. Full scoop up top, front slam. with authority. Horowitz hit hard. Look at the agility of Bobby Walker. Standing in the turnbuckle. Walks the ropes. Diving lariat. That may be it. Back press. Hooks the leg. And 3. Your winner. Hard work. Bobby Walker here on Worldwide.
Thanks a lot, Scott Hudson and Bobby the Brain Heenan. And we're in the arena for WCW Worldwide Wrestling. Tony Schiavone along with the Professor Mike Tenay and hard work Bobby Walker, the first man making his way to the ring. Bobby Walker, we've known for a long time, Mike Tenay, has plenty of talent. And it seems from the matches we've seen on many of our programs, including WCW Saturday Night, he's got an attitude to boot now.
I think Bobby Walker is just looking for a venue, somewhere to show that talent that we all know that hard work Bobby Walker has. And we've seen since that little harder edge in attitude, we've seen a winning streak for Bobby Walker as of late. He's been tough to deal with.
Tough to deal with and tough to contend with. As you take a look at the body of Bobby Walker, he is well put together. He is a fine athlete. Take a look at this crowd on hand this week at WCW Worldwide Wrestling, where it's busy as it can be, as you know. Here in the ranks of World Championship Wrestling, a lot going on. Speaking of great bodies and great physiques and strong men, Ice Train makes his return here, and Ice Train, as you can tell, has a lot of confidence. He's going to need it going up against Bobby Walker here.
And since the last time that we saw Ice Train, he's lost somewhere in the neighborhood of about 50 pounds, but still able to maintain that incredible physique as well as the power that goes with it. Former pro football player, an absolute monster in the weight room. Ice Train and Bobby Walker. This should be a very competitive contest here on WCW Worldwide.
Notice how Ice Train took his time getting into the ring. He wants to dictate, control the pace of what goes on here. And Ice Train, look at the arms on this guy, would you? Ice Train and Bobby Walker in this bout on WCW Worldwide Wrestling. You can look in both competitors' eyes here and see they are not going to back down from either man. A good look at Ice Train and Bobby Walker casting an eye towards the fans on this Super Brawl 2000 weekend. As we are back to the corner now, and we get a clean break.
Huge weekend for World Championship Wrestling with Super Brawl 2000 from the historic Cow Palace in San Francisco, California. And this exclusive matchup on Worldwide, well, at least on the surface, one would think that a real contrast in styles with the power game of Ice Train against the agility of one hard work Bobby Walker. And Tony, we've seen it in the past with Bobby Walker. Incredible the way he can walk the top rope.
But it was grounded that time by Ice Train. Ice Train with a little flip-flop and fly, so to speak, and decked him with a punch. And runs over him with a left-handed lariat that time, and Walker down low, and Ice Train ruling the ring right now as Walker doesn't like that at all.
A prime example of what we expected when we talked about the styles, and Ice Train goes with a power game in the early going. Bobby Walker out to the floor, an opportunity for him to regroup, and he's back in the ring to face the Train.
Walker drives the knee in, gets the first blow in, and now a forearm shot. Ice Train staggering now. Walker keeps the pressure on. I don't think there's any question. There's a lot of intensity and firepower in Bobby Walker. But Ice Train, with that massive chest of his, puts him down to the mat one more time.
Well, think of how important this matchup is for both of these men. A chance to shine here on WCW Worldwide, and maybe even more importantly, a chance to move up that ladder of success in World Championship Wrestling. Been a while since we've seen Ice Train. You know that he wants to make a good impression, and Bobby Walker showing that new attitude that we talked about earlier. Well, just caught Ice Train with what appeared to be an awfully low blow.
Yeah, it was an obvious low blow that time. A warning by the referee, and now chokehold. Bobby Walker sees an opening. He's going to try to break every rule, stretch every rule that he can. Bobby Walker used the moniker, the handle, hard work. Bobby, here he's walking the ropes now, like you talked about, Mike. Look at this agility. Bobby Walker,
corner to corner, and then a double slice to the top of the head, and the Train has been derailed.
But he used the moniker hard work because of the dedication and hard work that he has done to get this far. And not to say the new attitude means he hasn't worked hard at all, because he has. And how about this? He used the Looked like he used a singlet that time to bail the man out of the corner.
That's exactly what he did. One of the straps on the singlet he just had wrapped around the neck of Ice Train, and then he sent him 3/4 of the way across the ring. Let's see if hard work Bobby Walker can follow up the advantage.
Trying to keep the big guy off his feet. A rear chin lock applied, and the fans are getting with Ice Train here now. And why not? Walker's used every illegal tactic he can think of. The fans know it, and they're getting with Ice Train, and it's time to let it come back now.
Train looks for that support, and he gets it from this great crowd on hand for Worldwide. Able to break the hold from Walker, but then Walker just stopped him in his tracks and goes right back to the reverse chin lock.
Right along the back, keeping him down. Walker, good but wide vertical base now to straddle the man, but here comes Ice Train once again. Get the train moving all the way up the track. Into the midsection. Whoa. Oh, but Walker cut him off with a pass. Nicely done.
Every time that Ice Train seems to get the offense going, Walker's ready, goes for the cover. Barely a 1 count that time.
The guy rumbled right out of that, and Bobby Walker keeps the pressure on. Good maneuver by Walker after Ice Train got a kick out of the 1 to go back to the intensity once again. A back elbow. Staggered Bobby Walker. Side of the head. Foot to the face. Here comes Ice Train.
Looks like this is just what Ice Train's been looking for, a chance to change the momentum, and all of a sudden, the big man has it going his way.
Scoop slam. Hard work, Bobby Walker down. Ice Train hit a steam. He'll hit the near side ropes, and he's got, oh, the big Ice Train splash. 1, 2, he beat him. Tell ya, he survived this one because Bobby Walker had come to wrestle, had a pretty good offensive game plan, like it or not, but Ice Train in the end used the power of the mobility, Mike, today to get the win.
It really was a great effort for hard work Bobby Walker, even in defeat. And as we take another look, that agility shown by Bobby Walker, there the double axe handle blow to the top of the head, but in the end, it was 300 pounds of Ice Train going airborne with the big splash to score the win.
The winner is Ice Train over Bobby Walker. Fans, we've got more. We're coming right back to the arena for a match in the women's division of WCW after this time out on Worldwide Wrestling.